How's it going? 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 What is up, everyone? I hope you're doing great. And today's video is gonna be, honestly, probably one of my more favorite ones to make, just because I'm gonna be throwing it back and looking back at some of the games I used to play when I was younger, and this is gonna be a big nostalgia trip. So, without wasting any more of your time, let's just get straight into it. So first, we're gonna be looking at probably one of my favorite game series of all time, and that's the Legend of Zelda series. But what's special about this one is that it's the collector's edition. So that means it includes 4 games. Well, technically 5, but one of them's a demo. So we got the original Legend of Zelda right here, then The Adventure of Link, and then 2 of my favorite Zelda games, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and then my most favorite one, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Oh man, I wish I had like my own separate disc for Majora's Mask, because I was such a big fan of Majora's Mask, and I haven't played it in such a long time. It's crazy. Oh, and I forgot to mention that this one came with it came with the Wind Waker. Came with Wind Waker. However, it was only like a 20-minute demo, which sucked at the time, but honestly, like, it was whatever, right? Like, they can't give you all games, so a demo was pretty cool. But yeah, no, this was definitely one of my favorite games just growing up. I used to, even now, I still sometimes go back to these games, and like, I go back on the Wii to play some of the Wii versions of the Legend of Zelda games, and they're just so great. It's amazing. Like, I don't understand how their games are so good. But moving along, we gotta talk about the other ones. So another game I have. This is also another GameCube game. It is Scooby-Doo Unmasked. So oddly enough, this was the only Scooby-Doo game I've probably played, like, ever. I remember trying to 100% this game when I was younger, and I just couldn't. And a couple years back, I went back to go play this game. I believe it was like 3-4 years ago, and I finally completed it 100%, and it was great. You know, I obviously had to help with YouTube because I had to get all the items, and I don't remember where all of them were, so I had to watch some videos. But this game, growing up, to me at least, was so much fun to play. Alright, so that's all the GameCube games I have right now. So we'll be moving on to the Xbox 360 games, and to be honest, a couple of these they're pretty well known, but they still mean a lot to me. So the first one I'm going to be introducing is Call of Duty MW3. Now, this one is special to me just because it was, technically speaking, the first Call of Duty game I've ever played. Yeah, I remember I was like in the 4th or 5th grade when I first started playing, and I was introduced to this game by one of my friends, and thank God he introduced it to me, because it was, and it's still this day, it's still my favorite Call of Duty ever. And just this game, so many memories. I had so many memories playing this game. I made so many friends online back on the 360 days, and just a ton of good memories. The only thing that sucked about this game was that the multiplayer was kind of iffy. You know, they had a bunch of different problems with it, but other than that, for the most part, I enjoyed it, so that was good. So I'm just gonna put that to the side, and now we have another Black Ops game, or Call of Duty game. So this is the original Call of Duty Black Ops 1, and I was gonna show Black Ops 2. However, I don't know where my actual before Halo reached the download. But for this one, I could just pop it right in because I have the CD and everything. So I remember playing this game and I just instantly fell in love with it. It's funny though because this is the third installment of the game, and I still to this day haven't played Fable 2 or even Fable 1. So it's kind of funny how I played the last game of the Fable series, but you know, it was my first game I ever played on the 360, and I just remember having a bunch of fun playing this game. Alright, so now we got the Xbox 360 games out the way, and now we're gonna go on to the Wii games. And I gotta start off with a banger, an absolute classic of a game, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. This game, honestly, just, sorry, I had so many, like, good and bad memories with this game, just because, I mean, it was great, don't get me wrong, it was a great game, but I just remember getting so mad at this game sometimes when I played online, or even when I played with my friends. It was just horrible because they would all spam who was overpowered. Meta Knight was overpowered, I remember that. They would just spam him and then it'd be annoying. I remember who did I play? I obviously played Link. He was like one of my mains, and then who else was the other one? I'm trying to think. Samus was the other one. Is he even? Yeah, he's on the cover here. But yeah, those were the two people I main, or like who I played with the most often, and you know, just another classic game. You can't go wrong with this game, and even the story mode. The story mode was surprisingly pretty good, so that was a good thing as well. So now we have another Wii game, and this time, you know, it's a Mario game, but Mario games are always great. But this one in particular was just amazing. So we got Super Mario Galaxy 2. Same thing was like the Fable series. I haven't played the original Super Mario Galaxy. I've never played it. My mom got us this game when it first came out, I believe. It was new at the time, so we just never got to play the first one, but this one was still pretty good, you know? It was still a pretty good game. I think I've only, have I even completed it, like, fully? I think I have, at least once, but this game is actually pretty difficult. If you remember playing this game, or if you have played this game, just the last mission, I remember you couldn't get hit once or something, and it was like a 15-20 minute mission. I remember beating it and just feeling like the king of the world because it was such a tough game, but it was great while it lasted. Just the whole concept of like traveling to different galaxies and doing all of that, it was fun. So definitely one of my favorites. I should just buy the original Super Mario Galaxy and just hop back on the Wii just to play it because, like I said, I've never played it before. Alright, so now that we have this one out the way, Super Mario Galaxy, I got two good games here, and if you remember, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm a big Legend of Zelda fan, and the next two games are actually from the Legend of Zelda series. So the first one we're going to be looking at is Twilight Princess. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. This game is, honestly, I said Majora's Mask was my most favorite game, but Twilight Princess gotta be my second favorite game, just because, honestly, I like the darker themed Zelda games. Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, they're both pretty dark games, compared to the other ones, and for some reason, I just always enjoyed them, you know, the ability to transform into, like, a werewolf, and, like, those I literally grew up with these games. Like, these games were my childhood, and it's sad that I don't play them as often as I can or should be, but you know, things get in the way. I have other responsibilities, but whenever I have free time, you know, I should probably make some more time just to play these games because they're so great. They're so great. And now, the last game, it's another Legend of Zelda game, and you may have guessed it already, but it's Skyward Sword. This was just another great game, in my opinion. To the whole concept of being able to fly to like different parts of the Zelda world, or just a part of the game world, and it was actually, I think it was like one of the no, it wasn't the first game. Never mind, ignore what I said. But I was gonna say it was one of the first Zelda games that introduced like the Wii Motion Plus or whatever. But Twilight Princess was obviously the first one. But this game just, it was great. Unfortunately, so I actually have a funny story with this game. So when I first got it, they were selling them. Because when this game came out, it was like the 20th anniversary or like 25th anniversary. So they were selling 25th anniversary versions of this game. And not only did it come with the game, it came with the game's like album and like a bunch of like orchestra songs. So I remember my mom got me this game for Christmas, and I got the limited edition version. And when I first started playing the game, I couldn't get past the first temple because I noticed when I was playing, my game started like glitching out or whatever, and I was like, what? Like, this is a new game. How is it already messing up? And for some reason, I couldn't come to the idea that it wasn't actually the game's fault. It was actually my controller's fault. It kept, I don't know how I didn't notice this, but it kept like slipping out and like just malfunctioning and being all weird and stuff, right? But at the time, I didn't know that. So what I did instead is that I returned the game back, the limited edition game, and unfortunately, I had to get just the original version. And once I got the original version, I put it back into the Wii, you know, I set it up and everything, and I still couldn't get past the first temple or whatever. And I'm like, this is so weird, why is it being all weird? And after that, I stopped playing the game for like a week or two, and then I went back onto it, and then I'm like, you know what, maybe it's the controller that's not letting me pass it, or like just not letting me continue on. And little did I know that was the case. So it sucks that I gave away the limited edition version, but I still have this one, which is pretty cool. So that was just a funny story I had to share because I was so mad at myself. I'm like, are you serious? I gave away the limited edition version, and it ended up being the controller's fault. So that sucks, but hey, life goes on. Now, so that's all of like the console games I have. Now we're gonna be moving on to the handheld games. So most of them are basically should have, because I remember it being a good game, but for some reason I just never played it as often, which was weird because I just said it was a good game, but I don't know, I guess I was focused on, or honestly, playing other games, but I remember it being good. It was tough though, because I never actually fully completed it. And then the other one is Wario Land, and the same thing for this game. I never actually finished it, but I think at the time I wasn't really good at games. I just enjoyed playing them, but this was also another great game that I just never finished. And then this one's a bit of a unexpected one, just because it's really considered an arcade game because there's two classic games on it, but it's, I don't even know if it has a name, Arcade Classic 4. So that's what it's called, and they have two games on this. So they have Defender, which from what I remember was basically, I think it was like ping pong. Was it ping pong? Was it ping pong? I don't know. I forget. And then Joust. Joust is the other game. I'm pretty sure that one was like, oh, it was like a spaceship game where you like explode stuff or whatever. Pretty weird name. Oh no, sorry, wait, Defender, my bad. Defender was the space game where you were like a spacecraft and you could like shoot at stuff. And then Joust, I think that was ping pong. I think Joust was ping pong. Pretty sure. So those are the Game Boy Advance games. And now we're gonna move on to the PSP games. The PSP. So I have a couple games here, and this is the first PSP game I've ever played. Madden 09. And it comes in this little like packaging, but I can take it out and it shows this. So Madden 09 was technically the first PSP game I've ever played. Honestly, I'd never really been a big football fan, but the game was pretty fun, to be honest, so I did enjoy it. Next game is just a PSP, and just honestly, it's a PlayStation Legendary series. It's the Little Big Planet. I'm pretty sure this is like the first version, or one of the earlier versions, but Little Big Planet, great series, great game in general, just the creativity in it, and it was a pretty unique concept at the time, where you were just able to just build stuff and just move things around using your little character. So definitely a great game as well. And then, here's another classic, a PlayStation classic, Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. This was a great game, and I guess I may have gamed too hard on this, or I actually don't know what happened, but it's kind of cracked. You can't really see it, but the cover's kind of cracked for it, and it's kind of dirty actually. But I remember I got this game. My mom got it for me. At Best Buy, we went the day after Christmas, so on Boxing Day, and this game was on special. It was on sale, so I really wanted to play it. I saw the cover for it, and I'm like, this is a cool game. So I got it, and it was a great game. So now we got one more PSP game, and I know I said earlier this would be the last game. However, there is one more Game Boy Advance game I have to show you guys. I forgot about it. But the last PSP game is Daxter. Yeah. So honestly, I felt that Daxter, in my opinion, another version of Ratchet and Clank. I could see there was like a bunch of similarities, and I just remember, like I enjoyed it, but I just felt that Ratchet and Clank, in my opinion, was a bit better. But yeah, I don't have that much. I don't remember too much of it, to be honest, because I was busy playing Ratchet and Clank. But this was a good game. It was a good game while it lasted. And then the last game for this video, and this is for the Game Boy fans. And this game had a ton of memories, not only because it was just a good game in general, but it's also a movie, and honestly, it's probably one of my favorite movies of all time, believe it or not. So, the game is The Nightmare Before Christmas. This game was absolutely beautiful. Keep in mind, the graphics weren't that good, but when I was younger, I didn't really care about graphics or anything. Even now, I don't really care too much. Obviously, graphics have gotten better over the time, and there's a different standard compared to like 10, 15 years back, or even like 20. Like, there's a completely different standard. But I care more just about the game itself, like if there's like a good storyline, and if the game's just engaging in a way, you know. And this game, even though it didn't have the best graphics, I just loved The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I still love it to this day. I always watch it because some people, well, to be honest, it can't be considered a Christmas and Halloween movie. So when I watch it, I'll always make sure I watch it during Halloween and on Christmas, just because it's like technically a movie for both seasons. So yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. It's what a game. I think I've only completed this game once, but I remember being the hardest game for me, just because defeating Oogie Boogie, you had like, I think there was 3 stages, like 3 final stages, and I just remember having to, it was like was it the early days of YouTube? Yeah, I think it was on the early days of YouTube. Someone actually like uploaded a tutorial on how to beat this game, and I just remember watching it and being frustrated because the person playing it made it look so easy, and then when I tried playing it, I couldn't do it. So I was like, it sucks. But you know, eventually I did manage to somehow beat it, which was definitely a highlight for me. I'm pretty sure I probably watched a movie after beating it, because just, like I said, just a great movie and game. Just all-time classic. And then that should be it for today's video. You know, I showed you all of my games that I play. You know, some of my favorites being obviously Legend of Zelda. I will always go back to this game series and just play it. I'll always go back to this. Oh wait, this is literally like my favorite series of all time. I've mentioned that so many times this video, but you know, it's great. Let me know what you guys thought of the video, by the way. Did you guys ever play some of the games I showed you, or is there a game that you enjoyed playing? Just let me know in the comments. I read every comment and I respond to everyone, so I'll make sure to see yours. But yeah, I'm gonna end off the video now. It's almost been half an hour. This honestly might be my longest video, but hey, it was worth it because I've been wanting to record this video for a while now, I've seen so many like retro ASMR videos, and you know, I just thought I had to try it myself because I had a couple old games that I wanted to talk about. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you made it this far, I just want to thank you so much for watching and just staying. It means a lot to me, actually. I'm still new to the ASMR community. As you may have seen on my channel, I only have like 20 videos up, maybe even less than that. But you know, I've only been uploading for 1 month as well, so I'm still pretty new to the scene, but I'm enjoying it, and I've seen some good success on it, so it's good. But yeah, I'm gonna end off the video now. I just want to thank you guys once again so much for watching. As always, it means a lot to me, and I hope you watching do have a great one. But before you leave, I just want to let you know that I truly mean that. I truly hope you watching do have a great one. Okay, I'm gonna go now, but I'll see you guys next time.